February 1959. The northern Ural Mountains. 9 seasoned ski hikers, led by Igor Dyatlov, embarked on a Grade 3 expedition. A challenging route, but well within their capabilities. They were strong, experienced, equipped. Their destination, Ural Mountain, then Kholat Syakhl, Death Mountain in the Montsi language. They were expected to return by February 12. But a single telegram, delayed or never sent, would shatter their families' lives. A chilling silence. Then, nothing. Just the vast, unforgiving expanse of the Russian winter. A journey began. A return never materialized. The first claims of concern emerged weeks later. Weeks later, a search party began. Hope dwindling, replaced by growing dread. On February 26, the tent was found, partially collapsed, blanketed in snow on the slope of Kholat Syakhl. But its condition was immediately unsettling. Not torn by wind, not collapsed by heavy snow. It had been meticulously cut open from the asterisk inside asterisk in multiple places, as if by frantic hands. Gear, food, and warm clothing remained. The hikers had evidently exited in extreme haste, into the brutal night. What force, what terror, could compel such an immediate, desperate flight from apparent safety? 2 bodies were found first, about 1.5 kilometers downslope from the tent, near a cedar tree. Yuri Krivonishenko and Yuri Doroshenko. Barefoot, in their underwear, despite temperatures plunging to -25 to -30 degrees Celsius. A small fire had been made, extinguished. Further searches revealed 3 more bodies, including Dyatlov himself, scattered between the cedar and the tent, seemingly trying to return. All showed signs of hypothermia. But the paradox was striking: why abandon the warmth, the shelter, the clothing? A fatal decision made under extreme duress. But what duress? It would be another 2 months before the remaining 4 bodies were found, deep in a ravine, buried under 4 meters of snow. And with them, the true horror began to unfold. Nikolai Thibault-Brignol sustained a severe skull fracture. Semyon Zolotaryov and Ludmila Dubinina suffered massive chest trauma, akin to being hit by a car, yet with no external bruising. Most disturbing, Dubinina had her tongue and eyes missing, parts of her face disfigured. Not animal predation, forensic analysis concluded. These were not mere victims of the cold. A new dimension of terror had emerged. As if the trauma wasn't enough, another bizarre detail surfaced: high levels of radiation were detected on the clothing of Dubinina and Zolotaryov, as well as on one other victim. While the specific isotopes were not publicly identified at the time, this finding ignited a new wave of speculation. The initial Soviet inquiry dismissed it, attributing it to contamination from previous work or a scientific instrument. But how could a simple expedition accrue such specific, localized radiation? A perplexing data point, suggesting an external, unknown factor. A silent, invisible threat. The initial official explanation largely settled on an avalanche. A plausible cause for rapid tent evacuation and potential injury. Yet, this theory faces significant challenges. Investigators noted the slope was not steep enough for a typical avalanche. No characteristic avalanche debris was found, and trees downslope remained undamaged. The tent was still partially standing, anchored securely. If an avalanche occurred, it was a highly localized, unusual event. How could an avalanche explain the precise nature of the injuries, the radiation, or the meticulous slicing of the tent fabric from the asterisk inside asterisk? The numbers simply don't align. With the official narrative faltering, theories of military involvement gained traction. The region was known for Soviet rocket and missile testing. Witness accounts from other hiking groups, around the same time, spoke of bright flying spheres in the sky. Could a secret test have gone catastrophically wrong? An experimental weapon? Perhaps a low-frequency sonic device causing panic and disorientation? This could explain the rapid evacuation, the internal injuries without external marks, even the radiation. A clandestine operation, covered up to protect state secrets. A chilling prospect, offering a dark logic to the chaos. Decades passed. The mystery deepened. Then, in 2019, Russian authorities reopened the case. In 2020, a new scientific investigation, backed by the prosecutor's office, emerged. The conclusion: a rare, delayed slab avalanche. A compact block of snow, dislodged by the hikers cutting a platform into the slope, slid after hours of accumulation, gently pushing the tent. The sound, perhaps amplified by infrasound, triggered panic. The group fled, poorly dressed, into the cold. Disoriented by a blizzard, they couldn't find their way back. The injuries, they suggest, were from falls in the dark ravine. Dubonina's missing features: animal scavenging. The radiation: plausible contamination. An extreme, tragic sequence of natural events. A plausible, scientific explanation. But does it truly account for every chilling detail?